This video will show you how to use AYTM's Smart Loops feature to streamline your survey building for monadic or sequential monadic design. We'll focus on a concept test example. We're going to talk about what smart loops are, when they make sense to use in your surveys, and then show you how to add them in the platform. We'll also take a quick look at what your reports page will look like. What are smart loops anyway? Smart loops allow you to replicate entire groups of questions with just a few clicks using an easy-to-use interface right in the survey editor. Normally, a setup like this, testing two concepts with the same questions, would require a lot of manual question building. With smart loops, however, you can program the questions once as a run and use them repeatedly. Essentially, what we've done is to cut out the hard work when building concept test surveys. Smart loops can dramatically speed up your survey creation by doing a lot of the work for you. When should you use smart loops? The most common scenario to take advantage of this feature is when you want to use your survey for concept testing in a monadic or sequential monadic design. Let's see what I mean. In our survey of pet owners, we wanted to test out some imaginary product ideas to see which was the most appealing to respondents. Let's check them out. Here's the first, the No Shed shampoo. Here's the second, our collar translator. And the third, our pet sitting robot. Keep in mind, none of these products actually exist, but they work as a great example for a concept test. Since we wanted to ask the same questions for each product, we used smart loops to automate the question creation for these three product concepts and saved ourselves some time and effort. You can do this like we did for concept tests or for brand tests or any time you need to use a repeating set of questions in a survey. Now you're ready to see how to actually create a smart loop in your survey in the AYTM platform. Here's a fresh survey we can start adding some smart loops to. There are a few ways to do this. You can add a new question and use the question types menu to choose a smart loop, or within any question, you can click the smart loop icon to activate it as a smart loop. Another way to add a smart loop to your survey is to open the logic guide. From here, you can either drag and drop a new empty smart loop into your survey, or grab a pre-built smart loop example that you can change to fit your needs. There is one more way to get a smart loop started using your question library. You can open it up to access saved survey snippets and convert them to smart loops with one click. All the questions in your snippet will become part of the smart loop, but you can edit it later. For now, let's stick with our empty smart loop to start from scratch. Our smart loop starts off looking like an empty table with columns. Each row in the table represents a run, or in our case, each of the three imaginary products we want to ask respondents questions about. The columns represent the variables, the things that are different between products, but that all products have, like a name, an image, and maybe a price. To add another column or variable, you can click the plus sign. Let's label the columns with our variables the smart loop is going to call on. Let's use product, name, and image. Now we can input our three concepts as runs into the rows. A quick note here, if we had this information in a text list for each column, we could paste it right in. You can delete columns by clicking the X that appears in a column heading. Now that our smart loop has product content, we can click here and decide how many of these runs we want each respondent to see. We'll stick with a monadic and say show one run per respondent. Note that you can also break the questions out of a smart loop by clicking Convert into Regular Questions here. With the variables for each run set up, let's add the questions. If you used a pre-built smart loop example or pulled a snippet from your question library, you might already have questions, but since we don't, we'll need to write them. We'll ask respondents two questions. One asking them to rate the believability of our imaginary products, and one to see how likely they might be to purchase it. As we write our questions, we'll need to use AYTM logic square brackets with our variables, the column headings, from our runs instead of the names of the products, since the smart loop will automatically replace that variable with the product information. See? Making edits to your smart loops is also quick and easy. Just change the contents of the table. If you need to customize a particular run to include an extra question, less questions, or change other details, you can go ahead and build the smart loop first, and then use the Convert to Regular Questions function. This will turn your smart loop into a set of individual questions per concept. The variables become the details of each concept. You can then customize the runs as needed. Since we don't need to customize anything, this smart loop is ready to go. But before we launch, let's use Quick Preview to test that everything works as expected. Would you like to see what happens on your reports after you've launched a survey with Smart Loops? This survey of pet owners really included those imaginary products as a concept test. Now, on the report, what you can see is that each run was treated like a set of questions with group logic. They all show up just like any regular question, and you can see how many respondents participated in evaluating each of the products. That's it! Whether you have 3 concepts or 30, it takes only minutes to set up the framework of a concept test using Smart Loops. Thanks for watching. If you need more help with Smart Loops or anything else on AYTM.com, check out our other tutorial videos, or you can talk to us in chat straight from our website anytime.